So here we have this Homcom artificial pine Christmas tree. Now I'm going to quickly unbox and show you how to set it up, and then I'm going to give you a closer look at it along with what I think about it. Here's the box it came in. It's a decent sized box. Let's go ahead and open it up. And inside looks like we got a metal base. Go ahead and pull that out. And looks like there's 3 different sections of these branches here. Let's go ahead and pull these out as well. And here's the 3 different sections. Looks like there's a standard metal pipe with hinged branches on them, and they also have labels on them. To put it together, we're just going to fold out this stand and then start these 3 thumb screws. Now we can drop on the bottom section and let all the branches fall down, then the center section, and then finally the top section. We gotta fold out all these branches, kind of just like this to make it look nice and full. And quick tip while you're doing this, just sit in the same spot and spin the tree. Makes it a lot easier. And there we go, I got all the branches spread out. That was super easy, took less than half an hour, and I think it looks pretty nice. There's a bunch of different heights you can choose from, but this is the 6-foot tree. It has a really natural shape to it. The base is also really wide. It's about 4.5 foot. It just sits on this pretty standard metal stand that's about 20 inches long. Now taking a closer look at these branches, the tips are actually super realistic to what an actual pine tree looks like. Also, you can see these branches are kind of a wire that you can just shape around how you want. And then they're covered in a bunch of little pieces of plastic to look like pine needles. Of course, you're not fooling anyone to thinking it's a real tree, but at a distance, they look pretty realistic. I do want to point out a couple things I don't like about it though, and first are these other branches. They're just the standard type that's just a wire with a bunch of plastic strips wrapped around it. There's nothing necessarily wrong with them, but it would have been preferable to have them all be the realistic one. Also, another thing I find kind of odd is that the center is covered in green and yellow and brown plastic strips, and I'm not exactly sure why. It would look much better if it was just brown or green. That being said though, once you cover this in lights and ornaments, you're really not going to notice all that. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty realistic looking tree. I think it looks pretty nice. It has a really natural shape to it. It's also surprisingly cheap. I got a very similar tree that's about twice the price. So yeah, if you're looking for a pretty natural looking artificial pine tree that isn't going to break the bank, then honestly, I think this is a great choice.